Hey, what's going on, everyone? So, as I was camping a couple of weekends ago up in Central California, a park ranger comes up to me and I thought, oh man, I'm about to get my second drunk and disorderly of that evening. As it turns out, he was just a really cool dude and he inquired as to where I put my fish finder transducer. So I have an older model Hobie Outback that doesn't have the little cavity for the transducer. I think they began putting the cavities in like 2015, but even if you do have the model with the transducer cavity, I think they're specifically meant for low range units. As you know, I'm a Garmin guy, so at the very least it's going to take some DIY, some cutting, drilling, whatever, and I just didn't want to deal with that. Now, I've tried just about every solution out there. I've tried the arms that stick out over the side, I've tried the fancy magnets, but all of these solutions were kind of like pain in the necks. I had to be mindful about bringing something up as I launched. I had to worry about knocking something loose. And ultimately, the solution that I decided to go with was a compound called duct seal. Now, duct seal is something I've only been able to find in Home Depot, and I live in SoCal, so your mileage may vary. And don't look for it in the plumbing section. You would think it would be in the plumbing section, but it's not. Look for it in the electrical section. Okay, and you can't just use any ordinary plumber's putty because it simply will not last. Only this stuff called duct seal has lasted for me, and it sticks for, I've had this for over a season. And so the transducer will go right in here, like so. Okay, like that. And the other thing you have to do is you have to fill this pool with water because transducers will not work in air. So you have to fill this to the brim with water and you're good to go. Garmin tells me there is a little bit of signal loss from having to punch through plastic, but I've routinely fished in 300 feet of water and I've not really had a problem. And so the transducer and the battery cable gets routed inside. I'm not going to take you inside. And it comes out through here. Here you do have to drill a hole. And when you do drill a hole in your kayak, you want to make sure that you drill a hole someplace high. Okay, so for example, you don't want to put a hole like right here, obviously, right? So you want to put it somewhere high, and I like to put it on a vertical surface, okay, and not a flat surface like this where water can pool and seep in. So high and vertical. And then this piece right here is not a kayak specific part. It's for like office desks where you can run the wire and kind of make them look neat. So this is an office product from Amazon. You can probably get them anywhere. The other thing you want to do is, anywhere where you have like an electrical connection, you want to put a little bit of dielectric grease, okay? Don't use regular grease. It has to be dielectric grease. It's conductive and it'll ward off corrosion. I also want to kind of go over how I connect the battery box. In a previous video, I showed you how to make this. This is a battery compartment that holds 18 650 lithium-ion batteries. And then how this works is this will get closed. And this right here is a waterproof connection. Again, a little bit of dielectric grease right there. Comes apart. Then once I'm ready to fish, I just connect these two parts like so. And I will screw that down. Okay, and then this makes the connection watertight. Okay, so you don't, hopefully you don't have to deal with corrosion issues. And after you are done fishing, what you do is you obviously disconnect so you can recharge your battery. And then you take this part here, okay, plug it back in here. Okay, and the reason I do this is because usually, or sometimes, there's going to be like pooling water here. So if this is lying here, you don't have the bare, copper, contacts lying in salt water, which will make it corrode. So this keeps it safe from corrosion while you're not fishing. Okay, finally I want to go over how I attach my head unit onto the kayak itself. Okay, so when you purchase the Garmin, you will get the head unit, of course, and then you will get this little, what do you want to call it, this cradle. Okay, this piece right here, this plate, is a RAM part. Okay, RAM part. And then what that does is it'll connect to this articulating neck, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. And then this RAM part, and I'll give you guys descriptions and links to everything. Okay, we'll tighten down here. Okay, and then with here, because it articulates, you know, you can angle it any way you want. It's a beautiful system. It's simple, it's easy to take on and off. I would recommend it. The only other noteworthy item is, because mine is an older Hobie, okay, it has the hard handle here. Okay, I think the newer models don't have this hard handle. I don't know why they did away with it. I love this hard handle. I wrapped a little bit of electrical tape on it so that the clamping, or the clamp, doesn't mar it. The newer Hobies, I think, have kind of like, I hope you can see this, soft handles on both sides, which I'm not, you know, crazy about, but that's okay. Again, all of these metal parts, of course, these are stainless steel screws, and when you connect everything, put a little bit of marine grease so that it'll, you know, prevent corrosion or inhibit it to some degree, and it'll be easier to take on and off. Okay, so everywhere you see a little bit of metal, you know, a little bit of marine grease. You don't need dielectric grease here because this is not conductive, right? So a little, I use Yamaha, and I'll give you a link to that. So again, marine grease here, you know, marine here, whatever. And as you can see, you know, zero corrosion. Okay, I think that about covers it. Going forward, I'm going to be doing a little more battery R&D and stuff like that. As always, thank you for dropping by. Get out there and have some fun. Be safe, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.